It's a beauty deed.
Help little old ladies get stuff off the top shelf at Walmart all the time.
We will call the meeting to order, and we'll start with the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We welcome all of you this evening.
See, everything work for you, Jeff?
I can hear, can you hear me?
Yep.
There we go. This is
ASAP, very time.
Recording in progress.
Sensitive.
Should be good.
very kind.
Yeah.
Go through the audience, because you all know who we are by our name tags. So if we can start in the front. Tyrone?
I'm Tyrone Alex. I'm a representative from Associated Employers here in town.
Evelyn Piper, Yellowstone County News. Tam Ellis.
I'm Willeen Erpenbach, married to him.
Greg Erpenbach.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. Okay. Public comment. It's a public meeting and open to any interested member of the public. The agendas are prepared for the meeting and may be requested by email from the board secretary or downloaded online. Agenda packets, due to their size, will not be printed off for the meeting, but those also are available online. During the course of the meeting, the public may be heard before a vote is cast by the board. The president will acknowledge the public once the motion has been made and discussed by the board. And then public may input however they wish. The president will recognize speakers who raise their hand. Once recognized, be asked to move to the side of the table over here so communications can be heard. Please identify yourself by name and limit your comments to 2 minutes or less. Each speaker will have one opportunity to speak on any agenda item. Once the public comment period is over, the public may not provide further comment or ask additional questions during the remainder of the agenda item that is being discussed, unless specifically requested by the chair or the presiding officer of the meeting. Okay, we'll start with public comment on non-agenda items. So any member of the public may be heard on any subject that is not on the agenda right now. The board will not take action on those items at this time, but may choose to utilize them for the next meeting's agenda for discussion. So are there any? So
There are 2 things. I requested twice for an explanation about why there's a discrepancy between the postcard that I get and the bills that are online. When I originally signed up to get the online bills, I asked not to get a mail bill, thinking that would save the district money, but the postcard's really uneven. Sometimes it comes before the email bill, sometimes it comes 2 weeks later, sometimes it comes 3 weeks later, sometimes the email bill comes 3 weeks later. But on top of that, a lot of the history is missing. So months of my bill payments are not recorded on the online system when you go to billing history. And the last 2 months, when I open the electronic bill, it doesn't match the paper bill. It got corrected 2 months ago. I didn't look this month, but something should be corrected. I mean, that just isn't okay to not have the history there. I can't compare. It's always missing summer rates, which are very high because we have a very big piece of property. So I can't compare from one year to the next because all my summertime is missing. Not all of it, but 5 months are missing in the last few years. So I'd ask for an explanation, what is going on and why can't it get fixed, and I don't get one. So that's one point. The other point is at the work session with Interstate Engineers, they explained a discrepancy between what's recorded in the minutes for February, which is that Josh said we had a grant to pay for 100 hours of Interstate Engineering time. Interstate Engineering said they were hired directly by the state to provide 80 hours, and they said they would provide a copy of the contract that they have with the state. I haven't seen it. That should be part of the public record, because that has incredible implications for cost for the district.
Is there any other further comments? And you were referencing the lead
The lead thing, right?
Service lines.
lead service line.
Right.
Josh, can you put that on your multiple list of things to do? Okay, I would like to move agenda item 3.
You can do the consent first or not?
Yeah, but I wanna get it
Okay.
moved.
Okay.
I'd like to move agenda item 3 under new business to after the consent agenda, if I could. And that is to allow our guest Tyrell over here, so he doesn't have to sit through our entire meeting. At least his evening.
New business number 3.
Without objection?
No objection.
Okay. It will be moved then after the consent. Okay, approval of minutes. I guess we should take roll call first.
Tom,
Here.
Frank,
Yep.
Doug,
Yep.
me,
Here.
Laura. Here. Jeff.
Okay, now we'll go to the minutes for the February meeting.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for the February meeting.
Okay, Laura's made a motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Seconded by Frank. Any discussion at all? Any public comment? Pam?
Okay, the February minutes, have the quote from Summer McNay. At the meeting, Frank asked, Josh to check and see if Summer McNay would guarantee that price quote for 3 years. He said he would. The minutes reflect, they guaranteed the price quote for 3 years. That didn't happen at the meeting. The minutes should reflect what happened at the meeting. Tom asked to have the Summer McNay quote, the Summer McNay contract brought to the March meeting. It's not in the agenda. It shows in the minutes. It's not in the agenda. 2, Josh reported that the city offered to do the engineering on the new storm pipe. There was no report that anybody had ever talked to the project engineer. To my knowledge, I'm the only one that contacted him. Interstate Engineering hadn't contacted him. They reported they had contacted DEQ. In the February agenda packet, it shows that Josh was gonna contact DEQ. I mean, it does make sense to contract the project engineer, but you didn't. So then it shouldn't reflect that. It's possible, I don't remember the interim manager saying that he had 3 price quotes from the pipe companies to replace the pipe on Bitterroot, and 1 quote for labor, but that should have been in the agenda packet. If he said it last month, it should have been in the agenda packet. It wasn't. You're discussing it this month, it's not in the agenda packet.
It does, and it doesn't need to be, because that's not what we're discussing.
Okay,
That portion, he did get his stuff. You know, if you want it, it's not we're not gonna put everything everybody does in the agenda packet, so
Okay.
continue on.
so I would like it. The board requested that Josh get price quotes from the excavation company so that they called in order of the least expensive. The minutes show he was directed to get an RFQ, and RFQ is request for qualifications, which is for professional behavior, like engineers and attorneys. You didn't request an RFQ, you didn't request an RFQ, you requested prices. And there's no evidence that we got that. The other thing, it's frustrating to me that the agendas get posted on Friday. They're always corrected on Monday, but there's never a note, corrected minutes. And there's never a note, you get it as board members, but the public has to search through and see what's changed. I don't understand why you don't note that it's a corrected agenda and a corrected agenda packet as every other group does. So those are my,
Any other comments?
Yeah, well, I'm just wondering how a person in the crowd can go and talk to our engineers about our quotes and things like that. Is that part of the public's comments to go over there and try to negotiate our engineering contracts?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. So that was not according to what was supposed to be done.
I'm gonna stand up and correct that. I did not speak to your engineers, I spoke to Scott Aspenleader. So listen to my comments and don't make an inane comment.
Okay, you both.
I
sit-
told you before, I'm not gonna
Pam,
tolerate Ming's incorrect
And I
statements.
will not tolerate your outbursts here either.
Well, then
That
you-
is what I'm telling you right now, so you have fair warning. Control yourself. You cannot control others. It's been moved and second to approve the minutes. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
No,
Tom? No?
Mr. President,
Yes,
now that the minutes have been approved, we have a resolution from that, which is Resolution 001-24 on consolidation. The resolution, as posted and signed, is inconsistent with the minutes that were just approved. The resolution says the findings of the study shall be submitted to the district and city of Billings in writing. And that's not what's in the minutes. The minutes say, the resolution said, the minutes say that there will be a consolidation proposal written. The resolution has nothing about writing a consolidation proposal, just writing the results of exploring the possibility and its impacts affecting the district and the city. I don't know how you can get impacts affecting the city and the district without having
Okay.
a written
that should have been, Tom,
consolidation
that
proposal.
should have been brought up before we approved the minutes.
Well, then let's reconsider the resolution because it's posted different than the
Okay.
minutes. So I make a motion to reconsider the resolution 001-24 on
Okay,
consolidation.
shall I have a second? Motion will die for lack of second, Tom. Okay. Now we're on to agenda item number 3, and the new business. And Tyrell, if you would like to educate us on the membership package that's available for the associate employers of Montana.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm Tyrell Malix. I'm with Associated Employers. We're a voluntary nonprofit membership association here in Billings. We've been here since 1916, and we serve an area we call the Inland Northwest, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota. We primarily specialize in HR services. We do payroll services. We offer training, and we also have a health insurance trust for our members. I had spoke to Doug and Jeff briefly over the last couple weeks about some of our training programs that are offered at a discounted rate for our members. And so I guess I'll open it up to you guys for any questions you might have about the services we offer or how we can support you guys.
On your human resources, Tyrell, you have numerous videos and training services, I guess, combined. Can we ask specific questions to anybody in your organization, or, you know, you've got quite a number of staff, so.
We do. So we have 5 HR professionals on site here, or 4 on site, and we have 1 in Idaho. So with our membership, you get a bunch of cool services. HR hotline, you get that to use that Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30. Whoever you guys deem as our HR contact can call in and ask just about any question. My HR team hates when I say this, but they have about 70 years experience between them all. So if you guys have an issue, they probably ran through it before a couple times. If you guys want to do that after hours, we'll give you a login to associatedemployers.org and you'll get HR Connect there, and that has a bunch of case studies, case law for HR related items. There's over 1,200 documents there that you guys can search up. And then if you wanted to, you can follow up the next day with them. We have a monthly newsletter that you get for free that'll update you on HR and payroll things going on in our industry. And then you get discounts on our in-person trainings or our webinars that we offer. We also offer recorded ones, so if aren't able to join at the time, you can buy the recorded copy and you have that.
And what is membership in?
Membership, so how many employees do you guys have?
8.
So our 1 to 30 is $675 annually, and that's a one-time payment.
How much?
$675 annually.
Yeah, my question is kind of, I guess it's gonna be vague, is the fact that as a board of directors, we're only entitled to watch the jobs of our board secretary and our district manager.
Mhm.
The rest of the staff is under the control of the district manager.
Mhm.
So how will that work, sir, in regards to that?
So in similar situations, we'd have your director who has the employees underneath them authorized to talk to us. And
Okay.
then we'd have probably the president of the board.
So the
also.
president of the board would have to talk to as well, then, sir?
Yeah, you'd be able to have two contacts to talk to our HR folks.
What do you think about that, Doug?
Well, I think the manager may need some advice, and this is a good place for him to go, rather than, Laura.
So on here you talk about some of the trainings that, like safety on-site audits, consulting, that kind of stuff. And then it's my understanding that there's a board presentation that you do for when there are incoming board members.
Yep, we have a bunch of different training, we have succession training and all that good stuff that we could put the whole board through. We could customize that and have that on site with you guys, or we do have a recorded session as well.
So under the HR guidance, you have job descriptions and employee handbooks.
Yep.
How many companies have you done job descriptions and handbooks for?
So I don't have exact numbers, but we service about 1,200 employers throughout the Inland Northwest. And we're about 6 weeks out on our handbooks at any given time throughout the year, so the HR team's busy doing those. And then one thing I should have mentioned with your membership is you get 5 free hours annually to put towards those employee handbooks or job descriptions that you guys want us to review. With those employee handbooks, if you guys have one already, what our team will do, and it usually takes an hour or two, is they'll go through it and they'll rate it red, yellow, or green. Green obviously meaning everything's good to go. Yellow, maybe you want to take a look at this, or red, we need to make some changes to become compliant. So, and then any work over that 5 hours, we'll provide you a proposal before we do any, about 110 an hour.
So the $675 is just to sign up, then anything extra after 5 hours, we have to pay for everything extra.
Correct. Yep.
At $110 an hour.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. Any good HR firm, reputable HR firm will have an attorney that they work with?
So we work with attorneys in town. We don't have one on staff. If you guys need a reference to an attorney,
Do you have a specific firm that you work with?
I do, but I don't have the name off the top of my head.
Crowley?
Don't believe we use Calvary.
And then excuse me.
Go ahead.
And we pay the attorney fees, so if they're $350, it's $110 to you plus a $350 for them.
No, we don't charge you for any references separate to that.
So we pay their hourly rate, right?
Yes, you would pay, the attorney would be on you guys, but we don't charge you for a reference.
Tom, do you have a question?
Oh, I don't have any questions.
Josh, do you have any questions?
I would say like the safety training, the OSHA compliance, all that stuff, is that
So that's
Included.
separate from associated employers, that's Montana Safety Services Commission. But if you up into both, then we give you 25%, the same pricing, it's at $675 for 1 to 3.
okay. Just how if the board opts to sign up for that and we decide, hey, we want kind of a safety training or whatever, you call down, schedule it, and then it's, do they do like a 2 hour, 4 hour, 8
It'll
hour?
depend on your needs, so I would put you in touch with Brandon, he's the president over there, and
However that-
he could do a proposal.
And each training comes with a associated cost as well.
Yes.
So it's, Bruce,
Yes.
So it's $675 for the safety services, over and above the $675 for you guys annually?
Correct, if you have both, we give you a 25% discount.
Go ahead, Laura.
So with the MSSC, do they still do the trade shows?
I'm not sure if they're doing trade shows right now.
A lot of that stuff changed after COVID.
Yeah. I thought I was reading something online where you have OSHA regulations, workplace regulations, and that type of thing available at no cost to members?
So we give you the employment state law posters for free, but anything under the MSSC might be insured.
So it would be,
And I could get that information for you, Doug, before I sign up.
okay. Go ahead, Nate.
You have under your group health benefits,
Mhm.
so do you have a big consolidation that possibly, we have our own group health benefits for our employers now. Do you have a discounted rate accordingly, or not really?
So we underwrite based on risk. So what, if you
Okay.
guys wanted a quote on that, we'd have everybody fill out a health assessment. You're not gonna get claims data under 50. So we'd have to do a health assessment. We'd send it to our underwriters, they'd underwrite it, and
So you go to another underwriter to get that done?
we have
correct?
underwriters in-house.
You're the in-house underwriter?
Any questions from you, Jeff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Do you still do the wage and benefit surveys?
We do.
Sure.
Yep, so you'll get that, if you guys sign up, you'll get the 2023 version of that for free. That'll be with your welcome packet. And then every year, you guys opt in and provide your data, you get that for free as well. It is available for purchase for $350 if you don't opt in.
And how many job descriptions does that cover?
300 jobs in Montana, Wyoming, Idaho.
And that would include both private and public employers?
Correct, yep.
Thank you. All I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Jeff. Any-
Mr. Chairman.
Frank?
So on your group health benefits, now I'm sure you've gone head to head with Blue Cross Blue Shield before, so you beat them?
Depends on the healthiness of the group. Blue Cross will age rate their plans. We underwrite based on risk, so it doesn't matter 50 or 20 if you're healthy and you're not having any services. We have about 6,000 employee lives and 12,000 belly buttons, if you will, employees plus dependents in our trust. 600 employers, about half of our members are involved in our trust as well.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
We will consider that under our new business portion of the meeting, so, and I will be in touch with you with,
Awesome. And then I'll wrap back around with you on the MSSC.
okay,
That's awesome.
appreciate
Cool.
that, Terrell.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Laura, do you have some news for us?
You want to do that now?
You're still giving a report.
Oh, okay. You want me to read my resignation or do the report?
Whichever one you want to do first.
I'll do the report. I have the treasurer's report available for the month ending February 29th. Our gross income account had $1. Our payroll account had $237,293.99. The sweep account, $582,087.63. We were charged fees in the gross income account of $741.94. And in the sweep account, we earned $351.79 for a total dollar in our checking, $819,382.62, with a net fees of $390.15. In our Stiefel cash account, we had $558.21. In our fixed income CDs and money market account, we had $6,635,574.37. Total Stiefel investments of $6,636,440 $132.58. First Interstate Bank savings account, we had $211.86 with earnings of $562.95. And in our Yellowstone Bank Reserve CD, the net amount on that's $219,584.53. So total investments on our, for First Interstate and Yellowstone, our savings, $477,796,000.39. Total earnings of $562.95. Total cash position for the month ending February 29th, 2024, $7,933,311.59, with net earnings of $172.80. Change in our cash position month to month, we were down $35,009.65 from January to February, and cash change, position change year over year. From February of last year, 2023, to February of this year, our cash change was $927,376.51.
Thank you, Laura.
That concludes my treasurer's report.
So one question on that last year-to-year change, were we at a negative or we're okay?
Positive.
Well, positive, even though we were 35,000 from January to now?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a reason for that, Laura, that you can consider the 35,000 down from January to now?
We had more money available in our checking account.
Okay.
So our available cash in checking was down significantly, approximately $50,000. So made up for it. Earnings in Stiefel, where we had some increases in our money market. I saw that they had moved $300,000 from the cash in Stiefel that was making minimal interest into our money market account that's paying close by.
Thank you.
I'd like to also bring to everyone's attention that our Stiefel Smart Rate program in February paid 7.6% interest. So that's our $500,000 that we smart rate.
Mr. Chairman, a question for Laura.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Laura, I was looking at the nice bank reports that you have attached for us. Paid attention to the employee paychecks. The amounts that are shown there, are those gross amounts?
Net.
Or net? Those are net of their withheld taxes. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are they on 26 pay periods a year or 2 per month?
26 pay periods per year. They paid every 2 weeks.
So a couple of months they get 3 checks.
Correct.
Thank you.
You're still up.
All right. So on Monday, March 18th, on Friday, I applied for the position of general manager of the district. And our chairman checked with our legal counsel, who said that by state rules, there was nothing that prohibited a board member from applying for the position. However, our bylaws restrict that, so I'm not eligible for consideration due to our bylaws. So I sent a note of resignation from the board to the board of directors on Monday that says, "Dear Board of Directors, as you are aware, I have submitted my application for consideration for the CEO General Manager for the County Water District of Billings Heights. Based on recommendation of council, I am submitting my resignation as a member of the Board of Directors to be eligible for consideration of the role. With this resignation, I understand I will not be participating in board activities such as the hiring process or representing the voters who elected me. It has been a privilege to serve the ratepayers, and I have I feel I have represented them to the best of my abilities. Best regards, Laura Baker.
And I would like to thank you for your service, Laura, and the godsend for the board as far as your background information.
Thank you.
And with that, I guess I would excuse you from the board table.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. Managers report.
Just, can I do a point of order? You didn't do the consent agenda yet? You did the minutes, but not the consent agenda.
We'll back up to the consent agenda, which is the monthly prepaid bills for approval. And so do expense and budget statements. Right?
I just got one, just to make a statement is, I'm going through the budget and I'm not finding everything right, so I came down and talked to Josh today. And we got it all worked out. I guess Black somebody, they default to the month that you're in. And so it went to March and all the charges and everything weren't in. So it should have been February, because February's is 124 and then March is 224. We're always working in arrears. So as soon as found that out, everything penciled out and worked good. So it was just a glitch in the computer stuff again. So that's the way it works sometimes. So if anybody's got questions on why it's different, that's the main reason that it's different.
Do I hear a second?
Did anybody do it first?
Nobody motioned.
Oh, you didn't make the motion, okay.
So I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I hear a second.
Second.
Sent by Tom. All in favor, please signify
Just public comment.
on the consent. Go ahead.
My only public comment is that you're now a 5-member board until you appoint somebody else.
Mhm.
So you can't meet with 3 people at the office and approve bills, because that's a quorum. So you'd have to notice the meeting and open it to the public.
Our
Or-
legal has advised us of all these things.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure you got it through.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Passes unanimously. Now we'll move on to the manager's report.
Alright, start with paving on St. Andrews is done. Finally, the hotline opened up, so Jesse was able to get in there, get that all buttoned up and looking pretty, so people don't have to be driving around traffic control anymore.
Thank you.
Let's see, the other big items for this month, met with Interstate Engineering, as you all know. We got back the geotech proposal from SK, and that broke down to, the original 10 borings at a 15-foot depth. They're looking at a cost of $26,800 for those. And then if anybody opts to want to do any additional borings, 10 additional borings would add $17,200 to that price tag. Field work could begin 3 to 4 weeks, weather dependent. They're projecting 7 days to do the work, 5 to 7 weeks for lab testing and final engineering report to get back.
Now, is this geotech work, is that part of the original task order
Yes, sir.
in dollars? So this isn't an additional.
No, sir, it's just updated.
Now, the original drilling is for 14 boreholes, but there's a possibility of doing 10.
Well,
Who makes the
it's the-
decision whether we do 14 or 24?
It's 10 regular, and then there would be 4 additional, one on either side. There's 2 directional drills, one underneath BBWA and one underneath 5 Mile Creek, so misstated, it'd be 14 total bill or bores for the $26,800, and then could be an additional 10, so a
But
total of
who
20.
decides if we need the additional 10? How does that work?
That was just a question that I believe Director Essman had at that work session about doing more or less. So Interstate just asked what the cost of doing an additional would be. So I guess if you guys think it needs to be more,
So Interstate is comfortable right now with the 14 until we see results.
yes.
When you say there's 10 additional ones possibly?
Yes, if you opt for they would do an additional 10 for
Yeah.
$17,000 extra.
Now
Yes, right.
that price that they're quoting us, that the actual going out and doing the drilling, all the coring, and the write-up, the report, the whole, that's
I believe so, yes.
turnkey deal. We get whatever it is, and there's no extra charges for it.
Yeah, and that was, I sent that to you when I got it the other day.
Yeah. how much
To be that SA, that has the whole scope of work. And the last 2 pages were a map of where those corings are, and then the very last map was one with the additional 10. So if you look at it, it gets pretty busy with boring if you add 10 more.
Another follow-up question on that.
Follow up, Frank?
Have they already surveyed the route? Have they been out there and?
Some of that stuff had been done, yep, they got out and then they've flown it with a drone, got some topography and all that stuff, so some of that's been completed already.
Because they were saying that they got flags out there, pink and blue or something like that, assuming they got that done.
Try and get, yep, all the weather's
Jeff
good.
said,
Oh, sorry, Jeff.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Did you have something?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh,
No.
Well, if you're, yeah, if I've got the floor, I would be comfortable with, I would assume Interstate would have an engineer or at least a technician on site while they're going, and if they, I mean, the whole point of asking for the additional potential is to avoid additional mobilization costs by having to do it later to come back. If they would run into a situation, I think we need to trust somebody's judgment in the field, to say, we might need an extra couple of holes in this spot. So I think we should, trust our hired engineers to make that decision and spend them wisely if they run into something.
Tom, you,
I'm all right now.
any more questions from anybody on the board? I have one. Does our task order on this cover that right now?
it calls out for geotech survey.
For geotech? Do we have to approve this as an additional contract? It's already in the
It's already
contract.
in that.
That's what I asked first.
Okay.
This is already within the scope of task order 28.
I guess I might as well ask this. If we have to do the other 10 for whatever reason, that will require amending the task order, correct? Because we're only doing the 14 in the task order. The other 10 for the additional 17 would be an amendment to the
At
task
the
order?
very end, there is a clause, like it's a $60,000 buffer, an extra, so if there is an overage or there is, that extra 60 is already figured in as a, just in case. And you'll see some of that on the upcoming bills from Interstate. They've had to push into that for some of the extras, would lead me into the next point. So they've sought additional information from the city on, I think, Frank, you had the question on if one connection worked, would 2 be better? So they've asked that question, just offer additional time and materials that.
Do we get a tally, a running tally, what they're in that extra $60,000 that they're?
I think it's on the invoice, I believe. I'll check tomorrow, but it shows kind of like where we're at, what's available, what's left, what's spent so far. Then I guess the next thing would be to talked about the Wicks Lane water main replacement. That
I
was-
just have one more question. Josh, so if they do some extra boreholing, they'll let you know when they're gonna do that, is that correct? And, or will they just go ahead and do that and we're gonna have to just?
Yeah, I'll tell them that.
Yeah, because if that's okay, we have somebody over directorship. I'm
I
pretty
guess
sure
if
the
they're-
engineers are gonna do the
They're
right thing.
anticipating 7 days to
Okay.
do the work, so.
Well, like Director Essman said, you know, we have to rely on what the engineers have to say. But if there's overseer of this at the same time, that would be great, so. Thank you.
So the Wicks Lane replacement, that was, I sent you guys breakdown from Interstate, also the preliminary task list, kind of the series of events of what needs to happen. I don't know if you guys got a chance to review that at all, or.
When did you send that? When did you send that, Josh?
A couple days ago.
Yeah, Monday, 2 times. He sent it twice, I remember.
Oh,
While you're looking, we're going to say thank you for fixing the Wicks, or the St. Andrews, because we drove around it all the time. It's right
Oh.
in front of our house almost. We had our water out for, I don't know, what, 12 hours, something like that?
About 20 hours.
20 hours. But we noticed that it was down, and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
Good
you're
job.
welcome. Thank you for being patient.
Oh, you bet.
You say Monday? Geotech update, yeah.
Geotech, and then there should be another one in there
Well,
somewhere.
the geotech update, isn't it? But then there was oh, that's, that was the engineering report, engineers update, that's when it's on,
So-
I'm pretty sure.
Dad, can I have a point of order?
have that.
The geotech
Right
was in
there.
the Monday packet, this is not. You guys apparently haven't looked at it, we can't see it. Can we just stop this and get copies made for the board and for people so that we know what people are talking about?
Again, this is just the manager's report. This is nothing they're acting on. This is just me giving informational stuff of what's happened
But,
during the week up to.
but
That's where we're at
again,
right
you've
now.
sent stuff to the board that the public doesn't see, and that's really not acceptable.
You can request information from our emails at any time.
How do I know what emails he's been sending? Until I come to a meeting and then I don't have any time to prepare.
Jeff's on there.
Yeah, that's this.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Director Essman.
See the last
what
one.
time, what day and time was that email?
Monday.
Let's see, there's no list of what they're doing.
That was this Monday.
There's no list of what they're.
It was sent twice.
This is update.
And what is the caption?
Geotech update.
So that one you wouldn't receive anyway because you said can't put anything else on there after you posted the first time, so.
But you did, you added a lot of stuff on Monday. You added 8 pages on Monday and changed the agenda. And Josh is saying he sent it Monday.
This is an engineering.
Okay, well, anyway, I guess.
The interstate, if I may, Mr. President,
Go ahead, Tom.
the Interstate Engineering updated report says Interstate Engineering has prepared and has submitted a preliminary task list to County Water District for potential Wicks Lane AC water line. Where is, this is what I could.
If that didn't get attached, I don't know. There was, it might not have been attached. I was trying to send.
Yeah, that's what I
multiple,
haven't
so.
seen.
No, we didn't get that, Josh, it was,
Okay,
we just got the update on the whole.
Interstate, but not the preliminary task list.
do you want me to just go through it then?
Yeah, I guess. I'd love to see it. Can you make us a copy? I mean, I'm trying to understand where we're at with it and all.
Okay, so, number one would be the hydraulic modeling. That's to verify that replacing the existing 6-inch AC with an 8-inch will be adequate for existing and future needs, if there's any development. Topo survey and base map development. They called in a locate on Monday, so depending on what your guys' decision is, they're ready to hit the ground running tomorrow. If that's the way you guys,
Excuse me.
Who's
As of
ready to hit
Thursday?
the ground tomorrow?
yep, as in they
Interstate
get out and
engineering.
start. They understood that you guys want this done yesterday, so
Yep.
they called in locates ahead of time, no harm, no foul if you guys decide not to, but they're in, ready, and they will be ready to go. So if you guys decide, they can hit the ground running with all of their base map design and stuff.
Are they doing their task on just doing the part that Western has done stormwater on, or are they doing it all the way to Durand?
It's also a discussion to be had, however you guys would like to break that up, whether that be design the project as a whole and bid it in phases.
Yes, that is my preference, to have the whole thing designed at once and bid in stages.
And that's something, that's just all directive I need to have from you guys, and then
Josh finishes, you got more stuff to do then after that, or you?
that's pretty much it. I mean, we can discuss that later, but the only other thing would be the, I guess that leads into the, app that was designed to help customers calculate bills, and that's under the old business number 30.
Okay, so
Time, whatever, if you want me to keep going, or if you wanna,
keep going on what?
my,
Oh, the deal for that Wix?
mhm.
Well, we probably should have a resolution and then discussion after the resolution's made, and then review.
What direction do you need from us?
Yeah.
I'm like Frank, what do we need to do?
Direction I need is for you guys to okay and
Design work.
give the proceed for Interstate Engineering to start working on design and for the replacement.
So you need a
So
motion
here-
and a resolution?
Here's a motion right here to do that then. The board has approved Interstate Engineering Incorporated to commence the engineering work to bring forth a complete construction design and plan on the emergency main line replacement on Wicks Lane from Bitterwood Drive to Durand. ASAP, very time dependent.
You
That's
making
the
a motion?
That's the motion.
I'll second,
In 2 stages.
Well, no, that'll be in the discussion.
yeah,
We can, they're gonna do the whole thing, but we can do the work in 2 stages.
Do the work,
Yeah.
bid.
So, if they do this engineering on it, then that is good. If it's engineered and we decide we don't wanna do it, 10 years later, that engineering would still be good? Why
It would
not?
still have to be reviewed and updated for
Yeah.
any current,
current
make
specs.
sure all the
Any
specs
change
and
specs.
Only if,
laws would be current.
okay. So that's the motion, so now we can have discussion.
Second.
He second.
I second.
Tom seconded. Okay, I just gotta make sure. Tom, go ahead.
I'm in favor of this, because this AC pipe does not like ground shift. And there's so much slough when they're digging, that you can't see where slough starts, you can see where it ends. Any movement underneath that pipe, and that pipe's gonna move and that's gonna break. Now, the sewer was put in, and they had one break. The little work they've done now, or half of this road, we've had 4 breaks or 5. And there's another spot where they didn't have a break, if you look at the street down there, where it sloughed off past our water line. It didn't break, but that's gotta be an ugly spot in our water line if it sloughed the asphalt off clear past center of the road. So we gotta do something, or we're gonna be out here repairing and repairing and repairing, where it should be just replaced and be done with.
Anybody else got any comments on
Any
that?
other comments? Meg?
I just wanna say that's beyond my pay grade to understand all this. The engineers, that's what we pay them for. Any of the mistakes that are gonna be done by engineers, for us to say that we know better than what the engineers do, and they're ready to go to shovel and make that happen. To me, it sounds like we need to continue and move on at this point, and we've got a guarantee on this at the same time. So, the town is ready, they're ready to make this happen, and we have to just trust our engineers on this.
Any other comments?
I think,
So, question for the sponsor of the resolution, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Frank So this is a motion just to get the engineering done. After that's done, it would take another special meeting for us to pull the trigger on construction after getting the bid. Is that the plan?
And that's probably what it would be, but, so, we had our monthly meeting or bi-monthly meeting with the city yesterday. And, so, that was kind of the center line topic on yesterday is, our line was perfectly okay till they decided they wanted to put storm sewer in. And so, because the first 100 feet was pretty much exposed, and it's like Tom says, once you do that with AC pipe, it can tend to fracture pretty easy. There was no breaks in it before, and so the blacktop is off the street. The city was planning on blacktopping the 15th of April if they get their work all done. And so we discussed back and forth, and we got them supposedly holding up on the blacktop. We tried to get them to do all the blacktop, even if we have to widen for the water line, because of their project causing the problem, and that's still up in the air. They understand where we're coming from on it, and so it doesn't make sense to have them blacktop the street, and then next year that line breaks, and we have to replace it then and dig up brand new blacktop. So that would be the reason to go as far as they were with their construction.
Looking for my note that I took yesterday. Josh, do you recall that they were going to discuss this and then get to you
They were gonna
ASAP?
discuss it as far as contract limitations with their contractor.
Yeah.
And if they could hold off or not, and if it would put a
And
wrench
I've
in
heard
their
nothing
contract.
today.
I've heard nothing.
Okay.
That's why this is so time dependent too, is because we're coming to the end of the fiscal year. Their contract's got a deadline date on it, and so my point was that contractor was probably the cause of the problem, so they're gonna have to take a little bit of bite to help this get fixed. And they kind of agreed with that, and I says, the only other option there is, without changing that main line out, would be you give us a 3 to 5 year warranty on that 100-foot section that was exposed, that if anything happens there, it gets fixed free to the Heights Water District. So we gave them a couple options, and we will be meeting with them again and find out where it goes from there. But we, like Josh says, you gotta get all the engineering done first, then we gotta go out for RFPs for 3 different contractors or open for bids so we can figure out what it's gonna cost us to do the job. So what were you saying, Josh? Probably June? And when you threw that date out, they really frowned bad, but we kind of talked through it, and so we're just waiting now from a response from them, and that's why we want to get the engineering going, because if we wait any longer, it's just gonna be that much longer, so.
It's good push it out.
When I talked with Interstate, they were pretty confident they could get this turned around in about 6 weeks between engineering, DEQ review, approval, all that, and have it good to go to advertise for bids March 1st. I mean, they were
Like March
confident,
1st?
or May 1st.
That'd be
excuse me.
pretty good if you get them due by March first.
Yeah, right. No, they have it ready to be posted for notice to bid by May 1st.
See if you can't get them to trim at least 2 weeks off of that. That's,
Yeah. 'cause it's-
anything is gonna make a difference.
It's a problem, the only problem is the DEQ sign off. Those guys take a long time.
And the city said they would
And-
help us on that.
Yeah, so it's probably not the engineering's problem,
DEQ's already aware of this project, so.
but usually to have them sign off on something takes a little bit of paperwork too.
Okay, public comment on this. Laura?
Laura Drager, ratepayer. I would just like to speak in favor of the motion. I think that it is something that the district needs to take care of and make it a priority. So that's just my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comment? Karen?
I just have a couple of questions. I may have misunderstood, but I thought Josh told us either at last month's meeting or at the work session that the city had offered to do the engineering. And now I'm not hearing that. So that's one question. The other thing is, what we heard from the people that evaluate pipe is that you can't tell by looking at the pipe. I know that AC pipe is really fragile, that it does break, and it does get more fragile the older it is, but what's the timeline on getting the report back on the AC pipe that was sent for review?
That should be back here within what, a couple weeks? So,
Yeah, that's a
everything
fine.
is contingent, everything is
Yeah.
contingent, and the longer we let it go, the worse it's gonna get, and you're gonna be jumping from one fiscal year to the next fiscal year, and it's just gonna,
I
ugly.
don't argue with that. I'm just saying
Gonna
it's
be ugly.
tough to make the decision without all the
ugly.
data.
Any other comments? Okay.
So I did get an update on the AC pipe.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I called Brendan down in California, and I says, we're gonna have a business meeting, and we don't have that many business meetings. So if you can get me anything. So that's what he sent me. It's not like brand new, but it's like it's in still pretty good shape. I don't know if I got 8 copies I made or not, I can't remember.
No, but I want you to pronounce that word for me.
Mr. Chairman,
Pithalian.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Phenolphthalein.
point of order, I think I'm being discriminated against because of my use of digital.
Use of the sunshine?
We folded one up in a paper airplane, hasn't it
Throw
got
it
there
at you.
yet?
Send it to me? Okay. If you could email it to me after the meeting.
I will get it to you.
Thank you.
And this is just a preliminary, there's gonna be a total report coming on it, so.
Okay, so,
The main thing is, even if the pipe's brand new,
It
if the
breaks.
ground underneath of it moves, then the pipe moves. AC pipe does not move.
I just give you my jug.
The storm drain is over 20 feet to the top. Our water pipe is 5 to 7 feet. They do not have a true 10-foot separation. So you can see when you dig 15 to 20 feet deeper than the water line, and they never, ever put a hole at the surface. They dig through their box and then drag the box ahead and dig through it a little more. They cannot dig in front of the box because everything just falls in. It's a gravel pit.
the motion is to approve Interstate Engineering to commence the engineering work to bring forth a completed construction design and plan on an emergency main line replacement on Woods Lane from Bitterroot to Duran. All in favor of said motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Go ahead, Josh.
That's all I've got for you.
That was enough.
Josh, what about the bill? The Burnside,
We haven't
That's
got-
coming
on
up.
old business
We haven't got
number
there
3,
yet.
so.
all right.
Committee reports, consolidation discovery meeting with the city.
All right, so we had a meeting with the city on Discovery, and we decided that it would be best if we had a third party to collaborate everything. And so they gave us a list of state-approved engineers, and supposedly it was supposed to be a 4 or 5 page fact sheet from each one. When I went down to get the fact sheets, I got a box like this and this and this, and they were like 1.5 inches thick or 1 inch thick, and there was only one that I found that says, this is about us. The rest of them you had to dig for everything. So what I did is I sent a list of all the engineers out and asked people to remove those that would have a conflict. And so we had to remove AE2S because that's the city's main rate one. Sanderson Stewart was removed because Mac, the city engineer, top city engineer, used to work for Sanderson Stewart. Performance Engineering is removed because Scott is on the city council and he's head of that place. That's the only three that we removed. Oh, and then I just, Doug called me today and says that
That's okay.
Morrison Merrill's okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no conflict there.
So we got it down to 7, is it? 2, 4, 6, 8. We got Dowell, Great West Engineering, HDR, KLJ, Morrison Merrily, Pioneer Technical, Stolly Engineering, and WWC Engineering. And I sent this out to all the board members and asked them to research them if they can, because we want to get it down to 3, not to exceed 4, to go back to the city with our picks, and then they're gonna have their picks, and then we're gonna discuss about it and come up with 3 engineering firms that we both agree on, and we will get RFQs from them, and that'll be the next step in the process. And Laura, Ms. Public, you were at the meeting, did I hit that pretty close?
Yes.
Okay.
HDR is the engineering firm that does the city's hydraulic modeling. I would definitely think they would have the vested interest in the city's benefit.
So why didn't you call me and let me know that? So we wanna take HDR off?
I would think so.
It's okay with me.
Is that truth on that, Tom? You know it for a fact that.
Yeah, if you look at the big binder we've got, you will find where HDR did the hydraulic modeling and did their whole plan for, what did they title that? Operation of the water utility. That's done by HDR.
Any of the other companies that you have a preference for, or
Mr. Chairman,
go ahead, Director Esman?
you know, I don't think Patrick Stewart should be left off the list. Just because a person left their employment and went to work for another employer. They do not see how, you know, this is gonna be a study of facts. And I don't think any of these engineering firms are gonna skew the facts based upon a former employee relationship. I just don't see that. They're professionals, they've got professional responsibility, they cannot, you know, maintain their liability insurance if they start screwing with numbers because of a personal relationship. So I think the risk of having that impact the ability to have confidence in the report is next to nil. I mean, it's a firm that's been around the city for decades, you know, until lately they did the bulk of, you know, subdivision expansion work around the city. You know, there's a lot of more firms competing for that these days, but there didn't used to be. So I do not think they should have, I think they should be back on the list. I'd like to see, I would just say, Patterson Stewart and North Mayerly and HKML, be suggested.
Oh, I was just gonna beat you, Director Esman, for adding another one to our list without cutting it down. But you gave your choices.
Which ones did you have? Dowell
Yep.
and Sanderson
Now,
Stewart
Morrison Mayerly
and Morrison Merrily?
and Patterson Stewart, those are all, you know, 3 good firms.
Okay.
Anybody want to add any of those other ones to those 3, or take any of them away? Anybody really care?
I mean, I've been in the construction for quite a time, and I've run into these 3 names a lot, so I'm kinda like Jeff. They're familiar with the area, they've been here a long time, and I really think that if they're the collaborator for both sides, they're gonna do what their job is supposed to be.
I guess I would like to add KLJ. They seem to be fairly timely on this stuff.
Okay. That gives us 4.
Right. We good with the 4?
I'm good with that, I'll take in whatever we got, I won't take in more than 4 though, cause it'll get too confusing to get down to the 3 that we all agree on.
Dow, KLJ, Morrison, Maryland, and Sanderson, Stewart. There's no objections?
Yeah.
Say again?
Mr. Chairman, at our study committee meeting with the city, they indicated they put forward there, 3 or 4 there, and we'll see what matches up, and then, I think the plan was then to contact them, see if they're,
Interesting.
the ones that were common, to see if they're interested,
Okay,
and then develop a scope of work.
so you will take those to them,
Those are the 4 I'll take in, unless somebody's got an objection to it on the board.
and you'll remember those?
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I just want, one comment, please. What are we talking about costs, about, when we're looking at this consolidation to hire this engineering firm? Are we talking,
Wait until your meeting, you'll know.
okay, I'm just preparing for what we're looking at in the future for what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think
Thank you.
anybody knows on that right now. Okay, we've got decision on general manager
Wait a
employment.
minute, how about, Frank gives some information on the bi-monthly city district meeting. Is there anything else on that committee that needs to be reported? We just had the meeting yesterday.
Right.
The other thing is nothing happened with they passed out a sheet how much it costs for man hours to come out and check the,
Street opening permit.
yeah, street opening permits. That was the only other thing we covered, I think.
Oh,
other
no,
than the
there was an announcement that there's gonna be a 2.3%
Oh,
increase
that's
in water
right.
costs.
Yeah, 2.3.
That's not guaranteed. That's what
what's-
she figures it is, but it's not real in stone
Right.
yet. Yep.
So, we'll have the Raftillus folks enter this. Tom?
With that rate increase, have they changed our peaking numbers?
We didn't go there.
We haven't gone there yet, Tom. We will get there in time. Okay, old business. The decision on general manager employment. We did meet, no decisions were made. We each went through and discussed and kind of rated, and we're hoping to pare those down to the 3 individuals if we can. God, we had 4, but we're trying to get them down to 3 if we can, because there's 2 that are very, very close. And once we hear a little bit back from employer association, if we decide to join, we can proceed on with that. So that's report on that. We need to move fast on it, but go ahead. Emily.
How many applications did you get?
We had 6.
Okay. And could I get a list of them?
We told the individuals that their names would be held privately until it was announced.
To
Because-
pare them down at least for interviews.
Because of their employers that they have now, if that gets back to them, they might not like that they're
Some of
somebody.
them are local.
Yeah, so,
I think technically, public information, they are public information.
and I don't think so, not yet.
I don't think so.
But as soon as we can release, we will. We'll definitely release the finalists,
Okay.
and I'll get that to you directly as soon as that happens.
How soon would you know that? Finalists?
Damn good question. Damn good question. Give me a date. I'll see if I can hit it.
I think what we're looking for is if we decide to go with this company, then we're gonna send them the questions that we intend on asking, because nowadays you cannot make a bad question. Or you can make a bad question, but you better not, because somebody will be lining up to sue you,
Yeah.
so that's,
That's kind of where we're sitting.
yeah.
There's the 7 deadly sins of interviewing, 7 different classification questions you can't talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Okay, and geoteching on the northwest transmission lines have been covered in the manager's report.
Mr. Chairman?
Go ahead, Director Esper.
Well, there was mention in that, report, the potential for, you know, further study in terms of, cultural resources extension, by interstate engineering.
On the geotech.
Since the time duration of our access permit is limited, you know, I think I'd like to ask Josh to determine whether it would be wise to get that inventory performed, you know, while we still have an access permit, just so that regardless of what happens, it's in the can for the future.
Yeah, Peter,
So,
that's
If
the,
you could follow
It'll be part of
up and
history.
bring that back to the work session.
Right. So what he's saying is, we have a very narrow window that was granted us for easement and for working on the property. If they decide that they need to make additional cores, that we should probably get them done while we're having access, otherwise we may not be able to get back in.
Well, that's up to the engineering company. That's why I asked, who makes the decision? And when they started this project, they were satisfied to do 14. And Jeff kept saying, is that enough? Is that enough? And the engineers thought it was. So when they're out there doing it, if they find things unexpected, I'm sure they'll be wanting to do the 10 more.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking, is who's gonna authorize the 10 additional, and Interstate Engineering originally thought 14 would be adequate. I'm like Meg, I'll take the advice from my engineer.
Right, and I think that would be actually up to the acting general manager to make that call at that point in time.
And I don't think they're just gonna say we're gonna do 10 more. I think they might do 1 more, or 2 more, maybe 4 more.
Yeah,
Up
I'm
to
not gonna
10,
argue
yeah,
that.
so it could only be 1 more, but from the report I read, could be dependent on water, high water level more than anything.
Well, and strange things they find.
Yep. Yeah, you could drill into
Laura,
a Indian burial
or
ground.
public comment, excuse me.
I just have a question on the geotech for Northwest Transmission Line. The proposal is their pricing is good for 30 days. Has the board decided to take action on that tonight?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it said about that.
That was included in task order 28.
So you don't have to take
We don't
action?
have to take
So
any-
you could just sign this and move forward?
Yes.
Okay.
it was more just to update and make sure that, one, the geotech firm had the scheduling available and what their updated prices were.
Yeah.
From the public, I'd like to say that I think I would approve this and move forward quickly.
Okay. I guess we probably should make a motion to,
I guess when you make your motion, you wanna make the motion to approve the, $26,800 with the possible addition of $17,200 for additional, up to additional, 10 additional drills, is that?
well, is it that amount, whether they do 1 or if they do 10?
That's what I was gonna say,
Alright,
if you
it
could
doesn't
talk to
bother.
them and get it per,
Okay.
Per core?
yeah.
Because that would be a very expensive one.
Yeah.
I thought when we did that, we would, go up to including 60,000 in case that was needed. I thought that was part of the
Well,
whole
that's-
task order. Is that what I understood, Josh? Was that the extra borrows or any additional needs, the approval was up to 60,000? Am I wrong on that, or what?
There is that cushion in there, but.
That's what I thought. There's a cushion there.
50,000, then all you do is for the numbers.
Just try reading this over one more time before we,
Mr. Chairman, the way I read it, that 17,000 was for 10 holes, so I think that's 1,700 for additional hole. If if they gotta do it, the additional 10 are cheaper than the first, and your equipment's
They're
already in
already-
the field, so you don't have to charge the mobilization cost.
I'm not understanding
And I
that.
think it's good to go as it is, and we don't need to vote on it.
But their signature page, Jeff, if you look at that, what are they wanting us to sign there? Just says proceed according to the described scope of the service that they outlined here. So do we need even though we shouldn't need any, board approval because the task order 28's already been in, we're just saying proceed.
I'll sign it.
Correct.
Okay,
That's what I saw.
got her.
I'll make a motion that we proceed.
Alrighty.
Second.
Second, all in favor after board asks the public. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but the president signs the contracts. I mean, I
Yeah.
realize, but Josh
is
just said he
pure-
would sign it, so, and you said fine, so I think you need to stick with you sign the contracts.
There is a place for a couple
Well,
authorized signers in
and
that.
the couple are the board president and the board secretary, that's the,
That's what should be.
Sorry, who seconded that?
I seconded it.
Okay, we will now move on to, we didn't vote yet.
We gotta vote on that, please,
Oh,
to proceed.
what'd you say? You wanna say two?
Okay. I didn't hear from you.
Without opposition, motion passes. You can phrase it any way you want. You could ask them to say yay, or you could say without opposition. Okay, custom program to help customers calculate bills. This is something that's been ongoing for a couple months, and, you know, I worked with Jennifer a little bit as far as what we were talking about, and she came up with this. And I'll let her explain it.
It's, my husband's a software
Geek.
developer, computer programmer by education, so I just asked him, they were discussing it, and he's like, that's something I could do, so he threw it together. And we got with the website and made sure that it was compatible. It is, got a screenshot there of what it will look like for the customer if they wanna go in. It's got drop downs for, to select residential, commercial, irrigation, what size service line, and it'll spit out what the breakdown is. So hopefully that kinda clarifies and answers the questions everybody had.
I did go to Morrison Riley first before I talked to my husband about this, and to see if they could do something like this, and they could not, so.
Public comment there.
So are you saying if we wanted to check our bill and see what it was on, we could go on your website, put in our address, and it would spit out what we wanted,
No.
or what the bill would be, or what?
No, it's, if you put in your usage,
Uh-huh.
it'll show you a breakdown of how that bill is calculated.
Oh, okay.
So in that particular example,
I see.
and it shows you that in that example, this particular customer, it's a residential service. Their usage is 5,039 gallons. It's a 3/4 inch service, and it breaks down the cost. So through the first tier, it's $13. They broke into the second tier of usage, $5.04, and then the monthly meter cost, service line fee, and it gives you the grand total. So that way, instead of, if somebody has a question on, you know, how is my bill calculated, that's how it is.
So how would we know whether we had a 3/4 inch line?
I have a house.
You
have a house?
You have a house.
Most residential have a 3/4.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, you can always call us and ask too. And you can do this as well for, commercial. It does switch. I didn't do a screenshot for the commercial, but you can switch it to a non-residential and calculate the non-residential charges as well.
Is that to alleviate the cost of raising the bill? I mean, seriously, is that to kind of alleviate?
It just helps with all the questions that we get about the tiers.
because we had a lot of people calling in about the tiers and the rates and how they're calculated, so
Okay.
help that.
Okay, I just wondered, thank you.
Board comments?
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
Are we gonna, do we need to take action on anything tonight? I do think, this is a good tool, I'm glad it's been developed. Thank the staff for taking initiative to get that done. I do think, we should ask staff to get a press release up to both our print and media, news organizations in the community to try to bring some attention to this tool to serve our customers and, get some attention to it so that people can start using it and, it'll be a tool for them to try to avoid the water costs when the watering season comes.
I don't know if this is gonna do any good. Most people that I see complain about a bill, they get the bill and wow, there's no way in my that I use this much water, electricity or whatever. They're not gonna go to the website and look up why. They're gonna wanna know how you justify billing them for this much product. Now, I don't have a clue how much time a month staff spends and what the majority of the complaints are. If this is a big thing, the city doesn't have it. If this is a big thing, can we track what staff's going through now so we understand where our money's going? This isn't free.
No.
Can we track it, understand how many hours staff is spending on it, and what the situation is? Are the people, well, how do you justify my bill? Or are they screaming because I can't possibly use this much water? What are we trying to cure for staff's aid? That's my question. And the price, the hour.
Frank?
The problem with this is it should say 0 to 4,000 gallons is tier 1, 4,000 to 20,000 is tier 2. And each tier, because then also the price per tier, so if you're getting up and you're pushing 19,000 gallons, and you're going, whoa, I better quit watering something because the next tier is gonna cost me a whole pile of money. That would be the only reason I could see doing it, because that's the only reason we got tiers is for conservation. And money in your pocket if you don't go over the next tier.
Jeff's call.
That'll be added to the page as well, tiers and cost per tier.
I guess when I like it, I like the way it works. I wish it would take if we could enter an address into it, and it would go back and pull that information and actually have a month by month, so they could see what they're gonna be going into. That kind of thing, it'd be real informative. The only way I do it is I look at my sewer bill, because it shows my water consumption on my sewer bill.
And it's got.
And I know how many gallons I used last year, so I can plan to go for this year, especially with the tiers and stuff. Do we want to hold off a little bit and mull it over and?
Just want to ask.
Oh, you didn't ask him one anyway.
The point of this was the fact that we had questions on whether we wanted to change our billing statements out there, because it was a whole page and it would have been more expensive to send out billing statements with all the tiers and everything for every single individual. Those that are going to be questioning it can go right to the website and make that answer for them, and the staff can go there to them. So in the long run, yeah, we paid the $3,000 to do this, but in the long run, it was better than what we rejected as a billing statement, which would have been a lot longer than what it is. So we've been mulling this now for how many months now? 4 months? 3 months?
At least.
Yeah, 3 months on just changing a billing statement, and we rejected that fact that was gonna cost more, and it will cost more. This was a very simple way to do that. I don't know how many people are gonna question that in regards to everybody out there. But those that are website savvy can learn this. So I would say that we proceed as normal and get this through, because we're just stalling on it again tomorrow.
Laura,
Okay.
public comment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a question. First of all, the cost, $3,560. Is that an annual cost, or that's a one-time fee? And then my comment to the board would be, I would support this because there are so few things that we as the board has done that is actually customer facing. This is a tool for the customers. With that cost, I think it would definitely be something that would be a tool for the customer, the ratepayer, and I think it would enhance their experience with the district. Thank you.
I do like the idea of putting that barrier between the tiers so that you know what like 20,000 to 40,000 or whatever. I do like that because then, like you say, you could kind of calculate a little better. If that's possible without a lot of extra.
Yeah. Tom, you have
Well,
further comment?
we're just talking about a rate increase. So if we have a rate increase, what do we have to do to this to update it? Does that take another $3,000 bill to
No.
update it to the new rates? I'm not a computer programmer. I have no idea.
And I think they just go in and change the tier costs or whatever. In fact, that's probably good. It's probably engineered to go out and grab them and bring them in. I don't know.
Jen, you said that the tiers, the real one's gonna break it out into how the spread on the tiers and the cost for each tier?
Yeah, so we had talked about it, kind of like the Excel spreadsheet I sent you guys. It would be kind of, if they can add the picture to the side, if not, we will add an additional sheet to a page of its own, so that we'll have, pay my bill and the rate charges, as well as the rate calculator. So it'd be a completely separate, little tab on the top of our website. And they said they're able to do that.
So
It'll
they
be
have to be
just-
paying by email then, or paying directly?
No, this is just something they can go and,
One time?
yeah,
This is
they can
just a
go
calculator.
and
Many times.
search as many numbers as they see fit. And a lot of them, we've actually got a lot lately that have come in asking about their, potential irrigation charges for this coming summer, so.
So I'd like to, could you bring that back to the April meeting, that with the tiers broke out? So when they look at the picture on the computer, we know what they're looking at. Because I think it's real important, as long as we're using that as a conservation tool, that they know what the spread is between the tiers and how much more it costs every tier you go up, because that cost gets a lot bigger as you go up.
Oh,
I don't have any questions.
but
Laura.
arms and
No.
another public.
And to add to Frank's request, I think Tom's comment was valid. How much will it cost for the programmer? I think it would probably be about less than an hour's time to update the rates, what his fees would be and turnaround time. Thank you.
Okay. What I'm hearing is we'll revisit that topic next month again. New business. We've already discussed the Wix Duran and the manager's report. Proceed engineering for Wix Lane main replacement was already discussed. So we're down to membership in Associated Employers of Montana. Do I hear a motion to accept it all, or are we?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to get the board, invest $675 in joining Associated Employers to avail ourselves of their services
Okay,
in human resources and data for both the board and the general manager.
do I have a second?
Can you read that last part again? What he said, and the board and the general manager?
And the board and the general manager, yeah,
Because it depends on which group is doing the hiring.
right. Going once. We have a bill with them already.
What's that?
I said we have a bill with them already. The, yeah, I paid $125 for the use of that tape that you guys look for hiring. So,
Tape.
video. That I sent you.
Do they subtract that off of the 675?
No, they dropped the price down to 90.
I never
Point
seen
of
the
order.
video.
Could we get a second on that
That's, was a
for
question.
discussion?
There was just a question. No second?
I'll second for discussion.
Okay, Mingo seconded. Okay. Tom?
I'm against this. We've got health insurance, HR, we don't hire that many people. I asked Josh more than once if he had trouble filling slots. Oh no, we don't even have to advertise, we get lots of people coming in. You didn't even have to advertise for the last 3 or 4 people we hired.
The last year, that
So
was,
the HR aspect of it, to me,
Tom, I hate to burst your bubble, but if you ask Josh right now.
it was, the last ones were more word of mouth.
now we
candidates.
are advertising.
And now, I've got it advertised right
But, the health insurance, I'm not ready to make a change on health insurance. I don't see any advantage to it. Currently, for the manager's position, I would love to see a background check on the applicants to show any irregularities with the justice system, wherever they live and whatnot.
And I would believe that this would go, they would help them on that.
But we have a lawyer, I think, can do that same thing for us, and I think the current lawyer can review our questions for the GMs. To annually pay this money and these $110 an hour bills, I just don't think we'll use it that much. I question its use. So I think we have enough in-house without an annual fee for somebody else, plus the monthly hourly charges for everything they do.
Okay, any other discussion?
now. I just had a question, so
Question?
say it all goes forward and you give the general manager the okay to talk to him. If that general manager decides that they wanna do a safety trainer or do HR question, since that does come with an hourly fee, is that something that
On
needs
your
to be
budget.
brought to the board for approval beforehand, or?
That would be on your budget for the year,
Training.
training. For your
Just-
training.
Yeah, just depending, since there seemed, it sounded like there was an hourly cost to
No,
everything they were doing.
we pay $350 or $370
I thought it was this.
an hour for legal advice right now.
No, 350. You're right.
Okay.
I will use the legal advice, I said, okay, sorry.
So 2 hours more than pays for this service. And the service is not just in the legal aspect of it. It's for training, all kinds of stuff. I mean, that we really and truly need. I venture to say that the general manager probably would be using more of this than the board will be. But as far as hiring, right now, we're in a bind. If we go back, we're gonna spend $700 a minimum from our general counsel to advise us on what to do.
You better not take 2 hours, or we didn't pick the right general counsel.
I know,
It's gonna cost that.
it's gonna cost something. But they'll answer questions on workman's comp, that whole gamut, so, Frank.
So, I watched that whole thing Monday night. I was totally unimpressed. Didn't really get much out of it, but I go, okay, I'm looking at it just like you, 675, okay, that's good, that's less than 2 hours for the attorney. But then he starts throwing all these other figures out, well, this is 110 to do this, and this is 100, And then if we go to an attorney, then you gotta pay the attorney fee, so we're still paying an attorney fee. There's too many hidden costs. How fast does 5 hours get burned out? You know, and it's like, holy cow. You would think for $6.75 you'd get just a little bit more than that.
Well, you can call and ask questions and they can answer them. Or you can go on to the website and cue in your question and find if that question was asked. And I would venture that 9 out of 10 times that question's already been asked.
Yeah, I just got a question, I don't know an answer to it, but maybe you have the idea there, Chairman, is the fact that with hiring a general manager, there are questions that we can ask, and there is questions we cannot ask legally. Now, will this human resource director be able to ask those questions that are keeping us safe from harm's way? What do you think?
You go back on your emails, that, and we have it for 90 days. That, the $90 is for, it's $1 a day, okay, on the webinar. The webinar is very simplistic. It was meant for entry level. I think they could have gave us one up to a couple above there, but it went through the legal questions. It went through the hiring process, the sending out,
BBMT.
Yeah. So, I got some stuff out of it. I thought it was very mundane and very webinar-ish. How else do you say that? I haven't watched a webinar that was really, had me on the end of my seat. That's the way it is. But the training and, customizing safety, I think it would be worth it.
Well,
You see anything in
the
there?
safety one you have to, that's an additional purchase.
Additional, right.
We already got that.
But, there's lots. Any
Mr.
other
Chairman,
board
can I
comment?
make my comments, please?
Oh, yes.
I think this will save the district money in terms of making less resort to the lawyer. And I recall, I thought that Felton Martin, where the hourly rate we were paying for the experienced guy was $4.25.
$3.50.
So, if we can get advice we need on limited issues, first 5 hours free, and then additional if we need it, but only if we need it, a rate less, basically a fourth of what the lawyer's charging. I think that ends up saving us money, and it's a good organization, it's been around a long time. You're not required to use everything they offer. I think the board and the staff will be conservative in their use, as I hope they are with all of our services. And but I think it's a good resource to have, just for especially when we've got a very important position to fill. I think it's important to have a good resource, get a second look, and I think this is an economical thing, not to mention the wage and benefits study, which can help inform our decisions. Are we low here and high there, or whatever? It's a broad look, both public and private sector, and I think that is useful, very useful information. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. I think there was one thing that we kind of forgot to ask. The $675 is yearly, but I don't know if it's from when you start or if it's January to January or whatnot.
I know it is. It's an anniversary date from when you join.
When you join, okay.
Jennifer had a question.
Oh, no, mine's
Here, wait till public.
No, okay, so I would like to make an amendment to that motion that says, try it for 1 year, and a year from now, we take a look and see, did it save us any money? If it did, and it saved us what it costs us to do it or more, that's a good thing. But if we don't use it, then why should we keep paying it? So I'd like to make that motion or amendment.
I'll second your amendment for discussion. The $675 to join, then don't we also have to pay an additional $675 to get the training part, or is the training in, I thought that required an additional
That was the
$675.
Safety
That was the
services.
safety services and an additional $675, so you wouldn't actually get the OSHA and all that stuff because that's another $675.
Yeah.
So this
And
is
The
just.
training part of it wouldn't be in this motion for,
Then I think they said if you got them both, they took 25% off.
Yeah, of both of them. There is,
so a fifth off of $1,350.
otherwise the training would be by webinar, online. So,
Mr. Chairman, I don't think this, joining the Safety Services Council is part of the motion.
it was the amendment to the motion, Jeff.
What was he doing?
Just add it for 1 year.
No, not added.
No, I mean, just.
Oh,
Just do the
it
general
wasn't
for 1
included,
year.
no.
Yeah.
No, the safety portion was
No.
not included.
No.
Just the membership. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay, public comment.
Can we vote on the amendment?
We need to take public comment first, Jeff.
Sorry.
I'm here to speak in favor of joining the Associated Employers. There are things that they cover that even a general manager may not have current knowledge of. Things like the FMLA compliance. A lot of those things can really cost you a lot of money in a lawsuit, and we're seeing a lot more lawsuits happening by employees. The other thing is there are some, they can do training on drug and alcohol, but they can also assist with the testing. And there are situations where occasionally, personal experience, I had an employee that there was some suspect behaviors, and they helped walk me through getting the drug testing, and which ultimately resulted in a termination. So I would definitely speak in favor of them and their expertise. Thank you.
Thank you. Pam?
I guess I would just like to hear from Josh, since you've done interim manager for a while. Do you feel that these are things that, does anything duplicate what you already have available from Montana Rural Water Association? And are there things in here that you think would have been useful to you?
I mean, more training, I guess, is always better, more insight,
we're not getting the training.
but as far as what we use on kind of on the day-to-day, there's specific questions, I've always just reached out and tracked down the answers wherever I've needed them.
Jen,
Mr. President?
Jen, we're still on public comment, Tom.
So as far as the charges go, if you call and you have a 5-minute question, are you getting charged an hour for that, or are you getting charged the few minutes that you're on the phone?
I believe if you talk to one of these individuals in here, and I have to look that over again, but I think you can call in there during daytime hours.
I think the hotline is covered, whatever.
Yeah.
And the hotline just after hours?
Well, I mean,
I would have to find out from him whether a 5-minute call is an hour or if it's 5 minutes.
That's right here that the hotline is available to members on a no-fee access for a variety of services.
There you go.
There's public comment.
Yes.
In my previous position, I hired employees for 27 years, a couple times a year. Conditions of employment law are changing constantly because of lawsuits. And so you can look stuff up on the internet, but you may not find those little things that someone with experience could show to you. because employment law is becoming very complex. And I would encourage you to try it for a year and see how much you would use it. But you gotta watch those lawsuits, and that's where other people watch it, and you don't have the ability to do that because there's so many of them, and you need specialized software to find out all those details. But I would encourage some outside advice, carefully, but that would be my opinion on it.
Very good, thank you for the comment. Tom, you had
Well,
another comment, right?
Josh, right now, aren't we in a drug testing quorum with our employees where
For the
we're in a
CDL,
large field and get seldom random checks?
for the CDL,
And what kind of a price are we paying a year to get those drug tests? Do you have a rough
I don't
idea?
remember what that is.
I think I just saw one go through for $50.
We just updated the
Oh, see?
pool, and I don't remember what it is.
There was one in this packet. And I can't remember offhand if it was 50 or 150, but I thought it was 50.
Random drug testing is different than suspect drug testing. Totally different laws.
Oh,
Totally different laws.
and I would imagine
Suspect is a lot more expensive.
yeah, because
Like, the drug testing's the same cost. It's just the process to get there. You need the protection so that you don't get sued.
Yeah.
Wrongful termination is expensive.
Any other questions from the board?
Let's vote on the
Comments?
amendment and see what happens.
Okay, the amendment was to try for 1 year. The associated employers. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Sounds like unanimous. Any opposed? Okay, back to the main amendment, which was to accept associated employers' contract for a year. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yeah, that was the main one.
Aye.
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 Motion passes as amended. Oh, okay. SNP program. We're looking at
Well, that was all the
signatures. Lynn, can you read that?
The whole thing?
Oh, no. Mine is on my desk.
There you go.
That's just the paperwork that their exhibits and.
And what they're after is authorized representation from the governing body that we designate 2 participants for authorized representation for executive transactions. And we want one from the board so that in case one of the other ones drop out or both of them drop out, that somebody can access that.
I thought we discussed last month, or,
Yeah, we
last
did.
month, what we were gonna do.
And that we were just gonna,
Who was gonna be signing it?
Snyder would just,
Well, there, we got a problem there because I believe we signed Laura on that, at that point, to sign on to that with the district manager. So we're gonna have to appoint somebody else.
Let's first pass the resolution.
I think it's been passed, right?
No, it hasn't.
Oh,
It has to be voted on, and it has to be their form in order to participate in the plan.
okay.
So that's the first step. Sorry, Mr. Chair.
but there's been no motion or anything, so.
I think Jeff would be interested in making that motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we execute the necessary documents to participate in a short-term investment pool maintained by the state of Montana. For
Okay.
investors.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Ming, discussion, public discussion. Any no
Just
discussion?
fly by in a hurry.
Yeah. Seeing no discussion, I have one question as to, who do we want to utilize for employees?
Well, I think we need to pass the resolution first, anyways.
Well,
You think?
Mr. Chair, I have a recommendation.
go ahead.
Laura Drager, Great Pay, and the investigator for the STIP plan. Within the documentation, it states that all of the statements are electronic. There won't be any paper statements generated. I would like to make a recommendation that Susie be one of the employees because she pulls all of the electronic statements for the bank and provides those to the board of directors.
You propose that she file those someplace electronically?
Sure.
I filed them.
You file them.
Do you access them then?
I have access to them. He's usually the one that gets the access to them.
How many can you have? Like, was, the way the people set up, it's Jen and myself, and then it was 8, and there was us 3, and then now you're assigned on that, so there's 4 different people for the steeple, but on the STIP, are you limited to just 2? Or can you have more?
3,
Maximum of 3?
yes.
So would you want the general manager?
Where do you see that, Laura?
It's under the state agency STIP participation agreement, this page.
Front page.
Yeah. Under section 3 endorsement,
3A and 4.
in order for them to access the online statements, their name has
So
to
it'd be
appear
3 of them there.
on this document.
In that case, would you want your general manager and Susie, Laura's recommendation, and then
Or
the
Jennifer.
board chair?
It should be Jen, because Jen may need to transfer money to make payroll. So, because the money transfers in 24 hours, and it transfers back to your account, so Jen should be one of the people. I guess, I don't know how your system works, but I'm assuming you're the one that pays, so you should be one to move it.
Any other comments? Any thoughts from you, Jeff?
Well, we've got a motion on the floor, I'd like to dispose of that, and then I think another motion.
Okay.
In terms of signatories would be in order.
So approval of adoption of Exhibit A and B, which we're approving, and they're not really there yet, because we haven't filled them out. That's why I'm trying to work on Exhibit A and B, so that we can fill it out. Am I wrong?
Well, I think we can pass a resolution to join the plan, and then we can pass the resolution as part of how to complete it.
Okay. All in favor of joining the SNP plan, which we're learning more to. Please signify by saying aye.
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 Unanimous. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to have the signatories to the document be the board chairman, the board secretary, and the general manager.
There's a second to that.
Second.
Wait, question. Are we doing Jen Burnside as the board secretary or Jen Burnside as the employee?
I think it'd be Jen as the employee.
Correct. Should be the employee.
Yeah, it's gotta be
He
the
said board
employee.
He
secretary.
did say board
Yeah, I
secretary, so
know.
that's what I had to
That's right.
clarify.
It's gotta be the board,
That was a
employee.
remark I was going to make.
Good catch, Jen.
Okay.
I don't think it should be the board secretary, because the board secretary could be somebody that doesn't work here every day.
Right.
That's right. It's-
I believe that
So we're gonna put accounting.
the accountant should be there, not the board secretary. We want this to last, not just today, but in the future. So I believe it should be the head bookkeeper, whatever title you want to put on it, not the board secretary, but an employee who's gonna work daily here and do the work daily.
Okay, it's been moved that the chair, board chair, accounting, and general manager be the signatories.
Is that good with your motion, Jeff?
That's a friendly amendment, Director Vivian.
You counting that as an amendment, or?
No,
Oh.
he changed it, his motion.
On a friendly amendment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we have a
change-
second?
I think
To
we got
approve
Frank,
his change.
Seconded
in
it.
his
Frank
motion.
seconded it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's been moved and seconded and
Public
discussed.
comment.
Is there any public comment? That the signatures be the chair, board chair, the accounting individual, and the general manager. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Last item on the agenda,
Work session.
work session. Anything, right now, I know I asked the board to be prepared if we receive a, application for a board member to replace Laura. We should take action so we have a full board. And also we need to, continue on our way for the interview process. After we contact our individual, our new people on the Employers Association, Associated Employers. Anything else to add?
I think we should make sure we get an announcement on the front page of our website that we are looking for applications for a board of directors.
It was posted under news today.
I got that banner thing figured out too, so it's,
Oh, you got
it's
it?
in red at the very top of the homepage.
Okay.
And do you have the link fixed so that so where it says open, here's where you can get the board member application, and it takes you to the City of Billings board application?
City of Billings has nothing to do, Pam.
I understand, but your website has, here's about the board, here's how you participate as a board member, here's how you get the application, so you click on that, and it takes you to the City of Billings website.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
I did it
Well,
to
who
me
put that in there?
I don't know. It was,
Yeah, it did it to me this afternoon
Yeah.
too.
All right.
Go to forums, just go to forums.
Yeah.
Our website is not well done. And that's not the second time I said that. But I can figure out why the hell would we go to the city website?
you got me. I mean.
It makes no sense at
No,
all.
No, somebody's linked the wrong
The
thing.
only thing that link could have existed for was when Jeff was applying for, be appointed as the board of director for here through the city. That's the only thing that
I
could.
understand that, but our website, your website is wrong. So I'm just saying.
I understand that,
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand that.
Yeah,
It will be taken care of as soon as we can. With that, if there's no other business,
Sure.
we will adjourn.
Leave it before we adjourn.